All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Indianapolis Colts. Here's the punter, Rigoberto Sanchez, on to get us started. And this one is underway here on EA Sports. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go! At their own 23-yard line.
Set. 10-2 stop.
53. Strip the ball.
On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
It was Justin Houston who got him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
To throw on second down, Eason. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Well, it was third down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded at the 2. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. 2nd and 1. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 46 yards.
That's a real nice job right there, working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there.
Hey, Sam off.
Fournette, a first down carry. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. In this defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Check 43. Check out 3.
They keep it with Fournette on first down. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
On second down, here's Fournette. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Leonard Fournette, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Throwing on first down, King. He completes this one to Mack. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody cover. Oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down.
At the Jaguars' 49-yard line.
On the set. 44's to Mike. 44's to Mike. Got to do better.
Looking to throw on second down. King. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down. He was all over that route defensively. Now, they had 2 picks last week as a unit. Couldn't quite grab that one.
Patience, Grasshopper. Patience. It's early in this game, but you like the fact that they're around the football early. They're going to be upset they didn't haul that one in, but at least they're there at the moment of...
And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. And, Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
After the penalty, it's Fournette, and he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one goes for 8 yards.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Leonard Fournette. Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop. The Jags with the football to begin the second quarter as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. These two teams all tied after one. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Here's King throwing on first down. And he hits his tight end, Ebron. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
One thing they definitely like about this youngster is his motor. He is full throttle on each and every snap. Loves to get after the quarterback, and that has to feel good to him right there. His first career sack.
King throwing on 3rd and long. Jacksonville's pass defense holds serve. 4th down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Even at 46 years old, Vinatieri's still dangerous from long range. He was 4 of 6 from 50-plus a year ago, and he drills another one here.
How about that technique? That's what gets it done every time. Great technique, great torque. 46 years old. Ha!
At their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I was
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
There's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Check 27. Eyes on 27. Hey, I'm coming. Deuce. Shit.
Ready. From the gun, Eason. And that will be incomplete. Darius Leonard, the linebacker, able to break that one up.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
Back to throw. King. And this one complete to Smith. Past the 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Colts strike quickly here for 6 points. Vinatieri now to tack on the PAT. It's good to make it 17-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. On 1st down, Eason. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
And now the throw taken in by Chark. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. To throw on 3rd down, Eason. He's got his tight end, O'Shaughnessy. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. I don't care if you're taking it around 1, you're undrafted, whatever. As a rookie quarterback in this league, you're going to have games where you face adversity like this.
Lessons all the time you're going to face these lessons. The key for this guy is will he be able to bounce back in the next one, because right now this has not been his game.
Second and long. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Darius Leonard, the linebacker. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the left.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I don't know about you, but if I'm the offensive line coach right now, I'm having an absolute fit. This team that they're going against has 3 sacks, yet they rank dead last in the league in sacks coming into this game.
Maybe overlooked them a little bit?
Could be. I don't know if it's the scheme. I don't know if they've just gotten fortunate along the way. I have no real great answer for it, but we're seeing something you don't often see.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. To throw is King, operating from the gun. He's going to float this one deep right side. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. 2nd and 10. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. The reception good for 7. It's third down. A second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3.
Hey, Haywood. Shoot.
Operating from the gun. Eason. And able to find Conley. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down. This quarterback now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds, because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Eason over the middle, hauled in by Sharp. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Exit. 6-6. Pull it high. Ready?
From the gun, Eason. Going left side, it's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
Ready? 60 outlaw. Hey, foxtrot.
On 1st and 10, Eason. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
The first down pass. Intended for DJ Chark. Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Throwing again. Eason. He's got it. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Back to throw. King. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. King. The open man is Smith. That'll put him close to 100 yards receiving. He's at 98, and he's got a first down.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a first down.
First down saves him from a 3 and out. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. So in Jacksonville territory now, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, is intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
My good friend, I'm just going to pose the question to you. Did that look like a pass that he should have thrown?
Now, the rookie probably needs to be a little bit more careful in these situations.
Yeah, that throw will turn him into a veteran quicker, but not in the way that he wants. He wants to learn his lessons by making good throws, not throws like that.
Now this throw caught left side, and he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 12 yards there and a first down. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
3rd quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They keep it on the ground. Mack again. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. It's caught by Funchess. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he takes it in for a Colts score. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Operating from the gun, Eason, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off around the 37, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Oh, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity.
50 to Mike. 50 to Mike. Hey, watch the slant on it.
King now, looking to throw on 2nd down. Ebron's got it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A gain of 13, it's a 1st down. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point that continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now King. From the gun, he'll throw. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Eric Ebron, his first touchdown on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Vinatieri now for the point after. And the lead is now 24. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Darius Leonard, the linebacker. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 44-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Here's King to throw on 2nd down. Flush to his right. Funches has it complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Give him 32 on the play.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Now the throw here complete on the right sideline. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Back to throw. King. This is caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A 16-yard touchdown as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's going to get taken down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
Trying to get the run game going. This is Fournette. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll run it again with Fournette. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. 5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Hey, we got 3 down, 3 down.
From the gun, Eason. He's got the hookup with Conley. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a 1st down.
Ready. 50, plant. Coming to you. Ready.
They'll run with Fournette. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Again, it's Fournette. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Here we go, set, 15, line, 15 line.
2 times. 3 down, 3 down.
5.
2nd and 14. Looking deep downfield. And my goodness, another interception. Quincy Wilson with the INT. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or 2 shy of midfield. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
They'll run with Mack, and he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Staying on the ground with Mack, and he stopped immediately there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, 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 and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
The Colts on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
Safety's creeping.
King operating from the gun. Complete. Smith has it. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
We are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Fournette running right. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Defense wins championships, baby.
Fournette running out of the gun. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover,
Here we go.
and not be deterred by anything else.
Watch the curl. Watch the curls.
On third down, Eason firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
It's a gain of 10.
Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder what plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're all...
And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Colts pick it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. We you know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Colts are winners as we say so long from Indianapolis.